Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Vampyr. I'm your host, BringItDon. I'm just using the title screen real quick as an introduction to the final episode of the Let's Play. The final episode, because I defeated What's-Her-Face and I left off at the castle. The last episode ended up being like an hour and 20 minutes long, so I decided to just cut it clean in half, around 40 minutes, and then use this as the introduction, and then use my superb editing skills to just splice it on in there. So anyway, enjoy the rest of the Let's Play. So the crypt is probably where I have to go. I have to locate a secret passage, okay. Is it this?
This painting looks suspicious.
Painting are you talking about? This one over here? What painting is he talking about? This one up here? That must be William Marshall fighting the initial disaster. Oh, because vampires can't cross bodies of water. Oh, okay.
A sword and a moon are the symbols I should look for.
Okay. Oh, so I still have to... Man. This might take longer than I anticipated. I still want to finish up the game now. I don't want to dilly-daddle. I wonder if the secret passage... Let's go back down, because there was that entrance to the crypt, I think? Don't remember where it was at, actually. Was it this way? Or was it in that main... Oh, it's over here. Can I do anything with this? I assumed that was the way I had to go, but now I'm looking for a secret passage. I'm looking for a moon and a sword. I'm assuming my senses are supposed to locate it. They're gonna be red or whatever. Did I look at this one already? By Van Gogh, 1885.
What are these symbols? I can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work.
Oh, here's a
One last switch, and here's another switch. I should keep looking. What are these symbols?
Okay, so it's the
I can
sword
feel a
and the
mechanism,
moon.
but it doesn't work.
There has to be a moon in here somewhere, right?
One last switch, and
To find a moon.
voila.
What opened? I assume the fireplace. Oh, was gonna open. Okay, so it seems like the contract she... Oh, it's over here. The contract she had went through several generations because it's a lot of work to install secret passages in a castle, I assume. Ancient tome. Oh. So he was infected because he didn't have the antidote. And then he ended up infecting Elisabeth with the same... disease, I guess. Oops, what? I didn't even hit a button. Maybe it pauses automatically if I'm sitting still too long. I don't know. So she ended up slaughtering an entire orphanage before she took the antidote. And that's why she ended up taking it. It's because of the Wait a second. Does this loop back around or? Yeah, okay. Well, that answers most of the questions I guess I had about her. I mean, I didn't really have any questions about her. I don't really care about her.
Drop your... Thing to be afraid of.
Shall we abandon this then? Shall we lower our heads?
No. Never. You taught me that.
blood is approaching. Old but young. How strange. Shall I drink it? Smite it?
No, Father. He is a friend. Please, rest. I'll take care of it.
Caution, Elisabeth. Deceit runs through these veins.
I know, Father. What took you so long, Jonathan?
Is this really him?
Yes. This is William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke, servant of 5 mortal kings, former regent and savior of England. The greatest knight who ever lived, according to some.
And you called him father?
For he gave me eternal life, and much more.
I have so many questions, Elisabeth.
You always had questions, Dr. Reid.
Now that I stand before you both, in this vault, I know not where to begin.
We still have a few minutes left.
Where are we? What is this place?
This is the Ashbury estate. I inherited the title when I purchased the castle.
Is this your retreat? Something of a secret place?
It's more of a sanctuary, really. This is where I take care of my father. Ever since he became unwell.
Are you not afraid someone might discover you here? It's not that hard to find.
Do not assume that I would hesitate to silence anyone who tried to reveal my secret. Fortunately, it has rarely come to that.
Why did you flee here?
When you told me I was the healthy carrier, I had nowhere else to go.
You mean you had to return to the real source of this scourge?
Yes, to end it, once and for all.
Will you go back to London?
No, Jonathan. I do not intend to.
And what of your daughter?
Charlotte is a strong, independent woman who's about to come into money. I took care of everything. Now it's time for her to shape her future.
I have destroyed the disaster, this creature that Harriet Jones had become. The epidemic is no more, and London will recover. In time.
Yes. You did well, Jonathan. You truly saved the city.
Yes, we did. Despite all obstacles. I'm truly convinced we did it together, Elisabeth.
I cannot bear knowing I was the cause of all this. Through the use of my own blood.
No. This catastrophe was the result of unethical experimentation. And the will of a creature so inexplicably evil, she exceeds all the terrible wonders I have seen since my death.
But it was my blood all along. My corrupted blood of hate. The poisoned blood of my father. A healthy carrier. That's all I am.
Why are you hiding William Marshall here?
How could I not take care of him? He sacrificed himself by giving me the only dose of antidote he had.
He gave you the antidote?
Yes. And in doing so, he knew he'd have to be confined here. And yet he volunteered. That's how great a man William Marshall was. And still is.
What do you do for him?
I visit him as often as possible. I paint the landscapes he will never see again. I feed him with my blood.
You feed him? You barely sustain yourself on the weak blood of the dying, yet you give him your blood?
After he saved me from the blood rage, I swore I would never kill to feed. He said the same.
Is he dangerous?
What do you think? He is a thirsty echo who has not fed in centuries. An elder vampire, driven by an urge to kill and spread the blood of hate.
No redemption, then?
And yet he thinks he has been offered immortality by the angels to protect the feeble and to smite the unholy.
Can he communicate?
Yes. Sometimes he even seems like the noble knight who saved and raised me. But you know, the malice never fully leaves his eyes.
We could cure him.
It's too late. The blood of hate has run for too long. The antidote would not work on him. I tried. Believe me, I tried.
William Marshall infected you. He is the true, original carrier.
Yes. But he saved me by sacrificing himself.
Saved you? How?
The tears of angels. The cleansing of impure blood by an older, more powerful blood. It worked on me, did it not?
Yes. Blood is the definitive key to our species. Skals, cleansing, lineage. Do you really think it worked?
It has, Jonathan. I was nothing but a beast who took pleasure in slaughter. I roamed across Europe, reaping my bloody crop. It was the blood of hate. But my father's antidote cured me.
Who are you, really?
How could I answer that? I went through many lives and identities to reach this day. To you, I am Elisabeth Ashbury, and that's all I wish to be.
I need to know more. I want to know who you really are. Where you were born. Where you lived.
I was born Elisabeth Samantha Mary Englewood in 1551 in Hertfordshire. My parents owned a pub in Hoddesdon. Are you satisfied?
How did you meet William Marshall?
He was an Ekon for centuries when he found me. He saved me from certain death by making me his progeny.
Did you ever blame him?
Not even when he was infected and bit me. He is my father. He raised me. He taught me how to behave.
Okay.
Why did he choose you?
You should ask him that.
Oh, do I have to talk to him as well? Jeez.
What about us?
What do you mean?
You know my feelings towards you, Elisabeth. But you left without a word. So I'm worried about your feelings towards me.
I love you, Jonathan. I've loved you since the moment I saw you rescue poor Mr. Hampton in that filthy slaughterhouse. Forgetting the danger as you turned your back, like the newborn fool you were.
You should have told me.
No, Jonathan. The William Marshall myth lies at the heart of so many hostile plans. I could not risk jeopardizing his safety.
So why did you come here? You knew I would follow you. I can't let you go.
Because I know now the blood of hate is still in my veins. No one but I can put an end to this tragedy.
I can help you. You can trust me, Elisabeth.
I know, Jonathan. You have been the most loyal ally these last few weeks. But this is my duty.
Would your protege agree to speak with me? I have so many questions for him.
Go on, Jonathan. But be careful.
Yes?
Sir William. My God. You really are William Marshall. You served Richard the Lionheart and his brother, King John. It is such a privilege to meet you.
I did in my day. Come closer if you want to speak. For my hearing isn't what it used to be.
I think your hearing is fine, sir.
What is it you want then?
I found your research on the antidote. The tears of the angels. What ingredients did you use?
Once I understood what the ingredients were, I used the tears of King Richard and the pure blood of the valiant Boadicea.
Oh.
King Richard and Boadicea. How did you find such relics?
It took me many years to locate their hiding place. Then I had to learn the formula. If I recall, it belonged to an ancient brotherhood. The Order of St. Paul, I believe.
Boadicea is the queen of the original Britons. Forgot the actual name of them. Ah, crap, I can't remember. I think it's when Rome was trying to conquer England. She was leading the actual British, like the original inhabitants of England. I don't remember what they're called.
And did it work?
Yes. The tears cleansed my poor Elisabeth's blackened heart. It was such a blessing to see her smile again.
I found and defeated the disaster that was threatening to smite London. You should know that the city is safe for now, Sir William.
Then may I call you brother? Did you resist its poison? Even a scratch from a beast so evil could endanger you and all those you care for.
You also defeated one in 1666. Who was it?
She was a malicious witch who spread plague throughout the city with her army of rats. She had been hiding in a bakery in Pudding Lane for months when I finally found her.
How did you defeat it?
We fought for hours. In the end, I had to lock her in St. Paul's Cathedral and burn the building down. I wanted to be sure she was destroyed.
The blood of hate. How does it affect you? Do you feel it now?
The blood of hate? Yes. Nothing more than a sneeze, really. A sneeze held for so long, you could blow a fortress down if you released it.
I would like to ask you about vampires.
Vampires? What about them?
Considering your experience, please tell me what you know.
They are terrible creatures. I have seen and fought many in my time. Foul temptresses with sharp claws and shrieking beaks.
I have never seen such a creature. What are you talking about?
Of course you've never seen a creature like them. Vampires are deadly, swift and implacable.
Where did you encounter such creatures?
The last time I saw one was in a Celtic temple near Salisbury. A terrible and god-forsaken place full of ghosts and pestilence.
Can we speak about the Morrigan?
The Red Queen. What of her?
You met her, did you not?
Just once. But she never ceased to sing to me. I love her song. It is a song of blood and war. I only wish she would sometimes let me rest.
Do you know who she is?
I don't want to discuss this in front of my sweet Elisabeth.
Why?
For a time, she too could hear the red song. The steps she danced to its melody brought pain upon the world.
Do you remember Myrddin, your maker?
Only God is my maker, for he created everything on this earth. He blessed me with eternal life through his archangel, Michael.
But Myrddin, Michael, is a vampire. He made you a blood-sucking creature of the night.
Blood, yes. I used to drink it from the throats of the unworthy. Then I was punished for my deceit. During my penance, I rely entirely upon my sweet Elisabeth.
Tell me about Elisabeth. How was she infected?
I do not wish to discuss it.
Please, Sir William. I need to know what the blood of hate is. How is it transmitted?
After defeating the disaster in St. Paul's Cathedral, I returned to my retreat, infected. This is where my sweet Elisabeth found me, for she heard my pain from across the sea.
Where is this retreat you mentioned?
In London, under Temple Church, beneath my empty tomb. I always loved to sleep there while listening to the bell above.
What happened then?
The blood of hate had twisted me into a rage-filled man. I attacked my progeny and infected her too. Forgive me, Elisabeth. I failed you.
You bit her again? Is that how she was infected with the disaster's blood? I think I understand now.
Elisabeth fled, and I fell to my knees, begging for forgiveness. I swore I would find a way to make things right.
How did you meet Elisabeth?
Times were tough. I had awakened to protect the land from a new plague. I heard her sing for her dead family. Singing for her death to come. I chose to save her.
When was that?
It was so long ago. A few years after Elisabeth of England and Catherine of France established their alliance against Spain.
What did you do?
I raised her as my progeny. After she left to see the world, I rebuilt her deceased parents' inn. Owned it as William Thorne for a time. Those were good years.
Did you really sacrifice yourself to save her?
That was the only righteous path. The blood of hate made me betray her. I am at peace here. I can think about what I've done and how I failed.
Do you not want to be cured?
No. This hunger is mine. I would feel empty without it. It has been part of me for so long. All I want is quiet. Silence.
You agreed to be confined here, then?
Yes. Once I was sure she was cured, I asked to be locked down here. I deserve it. The world needs it.
We could set you free. Let you out. Isn't that what you want?
I pray for the day I'll see the sky again. I have all but forgotten its colors. I could walk and do so many things beneath the stars. But I doubt it will be wise to release me.
Then will you stay here and repent?
Elisabeth told me it will not be long now. I cannot wait to feel the sweet caress of her hand on my cheek after so long, as she releases me.
I guess she's gonna kill him?
Has the time come?
Yes, Father.
Why not unleash me then? To see the sky a final time?
You already are the sky, and all its stars.
I'm not defeated, for I welcome the sword you bear, for it is mine.
You were never defeated, my lord. Farewell, Father. And to you also, Jonathan.
What do you mean?
I can't stand what I've become. This healthy carrier, as you put it. The flames will purify the poison that runs in my veins.
No! I won't allow this to happen.
I am death, Jonathan. Wherever I go, I can't stand it.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reid, champion of Myrddin, chosen to save England from the vampire epidemic. I could cure you.
What do you mean?
We are creatures of blood, Elisabeth. Everything about us is in our blood. With time, I could perfect the antidote William Marshall gave you. Trust me, for time is on our side.
That is a risk I cannot take, Jonathan. I won't bring another such disaster into this world.
Elisabeth, no. Trust me. I can save you.
How could I trust you, Jonathan? How could I take such a chance?
I'll stay here with you then, as long as we must until I find a cure.
You have no idea what you're talking about, Jonathan. Despite his madness, William was strong enough to starve for centuries. I doubt we can do the same.
We will lock ourselves down then. I'll get all the material I need and I'll perform my research here with you until you're cured.
Are you mad? Who would take care of us? Who would free us if it takes decades or even more?
Old Bridget will take care of us.
You are serious, aren't you? You really are ready to do this?
I love you, Elisabeth. I can do this. Please, stay with me.
I believe you. This is crazy, but I believe you, Jonathan.
His coat has been doing some wonky things since, or this entire episode. Well, is that it?
One prayer for the summoned, called by this song. Child born from darkness, whose path ye must find. Now the song is sung, and your path chosen. England is safe, for you have prevailed. I bid you farewell, my champion, bittersweet. You found yourself a newer quest, and so I leave you to it. My queen sleeps once again, and I'll soon join her slumber, until alas she rises, woken by the hunger never fed.
So is she in Stonehenge? Okay, well, that was fun. The gameplay, well, I mean the game, I don't know if I can recommend it or not. If you like a lot of talking, the game's for you. It has replayability, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna replay it or not. Like several parts of the story felt forced, like the love thing between Elisabeth and Jonathan was sudden, and I don't think that it really belonged in the story. Maybe if you could do a side quest, maybe they added a side quest for her or something where you could like take her out on a date. Maybe it was like a multiple stage date or multiple stage quest, and it's like, all right, you take her out on a date, you do something to, I don't know. They needed more building up to that. It was just like she grabbed your hand and put it on her chest, like, we love each other. Like, okay, well, that's taken care of. I understand a lot of the narrative, because again, this is made by Don't Nod, who created Life is Strange, which is a narrative-based game. This is, it's got a lot of narrative to it. They're sticking to their strengths, which is fine. Combat was fun. I really enjoyed the combat. Towards the end, it got a little bit more mundane, because they stopped adding new types of enemies. It was still challenging. Like, the bosses had their fair share of challenges. Like you saw with me against old Harriet Jones. She wrecked me the first time. I think most of the bosses took at least 2 tries. I think there's one that took 3 or 4 tries. Don't remember, but some of them were a joke, like Fergus or Fergal. He was easy. Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I don't think I'll be revisiting it in my own time. Soundtrack was good. I feel like the music didn't always belong. It was a fantastic soundtrack. I love the music, but I don't think it always fit where I was at in the game. I mean, they did stress that this was a AA game, not a AAA game, and you definitely feel that the difference between the the quality of the game. There are moments that just I feel like didn't. I don't know. You can tell. I mean, if you watch the Let's Play, you know what I'm talking about. There were issues with the game. There were like jumps in the game. It's hard to bring. I should have jotted down notes while I played. I do that with some of my games, but yeah. But yeah, gameplay was fun. Soundtrack was good. Voice acting. That's it. I really enjoyed the voice acting, except for Lady Ashbury. It's not that her voice acting was bad, I just didn't like the voice actor. The rest of them, all top-notch, loved it. Actually, I think my favorite was, shoot. There was another woman voice actor that had... I really liked her voice acting. Oh, Louise Teasdale. I really liked her voice actor. It was really, really good. But yeah, I don't know. I think it feels like the game just takes place over just a short period of time, because you can beat it in just like a few nights. I've rested more than I probably needed to. And all that. And I know there's different endings depending on like how many people you kill and all that. I assume I got the good ending. I'll look it up probably after, and I can look it up right now. I'll look it up later. I ain't worried about it right now. I mean, I'm kind of relieved the game is over. I'm gonna have to split up this last recording into 2 episodes, so the beginning of this one might be a little wonky. I might just start it off at the chapter 7 beginning. I feel like this whole last part, because they had that cutscene after I killed the Red Queen, having me drive to this castle and all that. I feel like they could have just wrapped up the game in that cutscene. Like, I didn't have to do this whole castle puzzle thing. It just seemed unnecessarily extended. Like, it was... It's another part of the game that felt forced. And then I come and I talk to William Marshall, and then she cuts off his head. It's okay, cool. But, Tsarina Sunth Bokus. But yeah, I mean, the game's okay. If you're gonna get it on sale. I mean, granted, it's not a full price game anyway. It's like $35 or $40. Like, it's not a $60 game like most, again, AAA games. And they really stress that, and I can really feel it. And I appreciate it though, because they did try something different. There isn't really a game like this. Like, they took their narrative strength and they tried to add more of an action element to it. And again, the action part was spot on. I'm not a huge fan of like strictly narrative games, unless it's text. If it's a text-based narrative game, I love it. I'll read text all day, but I don't want to sit there and listen to people talk for long periods of time. I don't see Jonathan's voice actor. That's what I was looking for. Maybe I missed it. Rakesh. Who is Rakesh? Anyway, yeah, I don't have a lot more to say about the game. It was okay, in my opinion. I mean, some people I'm sure love it. Some people will probably hate it. So, anyway, thanks for joining me on yet another adventure. It was, again, okay. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I did enjoy playing the game once. I probably would have preferred to wait for it to go on sale, as I recommended previously. But I'm glad I played it. I mean, I just enjoy video games, so if I get the chance to play anything, I'm gonna, take that chance. Up next, We Happy Few comes out in a few days, so I'll probably jump on that if I can. And then I think I'm gonna do a CRPG alongside that, or I'll probably start a CRPG tomorrow and then jump into We Happy Few on release date. I think I'm going to do Serpent in the Staglands next, so it's going to be quite a drop from what I've been playing. All these new titles and releases to I think it's an indie game. An indie CRPG, so that'll be fun. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to catch y'all in the next Let's Play. There's something else I was going to say, I forgot what it was, and I'm going to leave it at that. Hope to see y'all there.